okay, people are gonna come in, they're gonna drink and get a little rowdy and talk loud and that kind of thing. But there's a certain line that they cross. When they cross that line, it's wrong. You know, if they start really getting in somebody else's face, or take a swing at somebody or whatever, you know, or use language that you don't want in your establishment, you just grab them, throw them out the door. You know, and it's totally my judgment. It is, and they never understand. They absolutely never. The kind of people who are the repeat offenders that just throw out over and over again or throw out for good, never ever understand why you threw them out. Because some people just are not properly socialized or something. They do not understand how you're supposed to interact with other human beings. And unfortunately, they've got all these terrible examples out there in the blogosphere and on television. These shouting head, you know, political debate on 24/7 TV news shows is about somebody on the left, somebody on the right yelling at each other. You know, that's what they consider to be a debate. And they train everybody else to think that's how you debate. What is it? You sit down and listen to the other person and you make a point and you change maybe what you're saying a little bit because you listen to that other person. And a synthesis is something happens as a result of that interaction, something better than you had before the two of you walked in there. That's what happens in a real, honest debate between people who respect each other, which is what you're supposed to do. Anyway. I know I'm not going to get to all your questions because I talk about too long. But
What do you think about requiring public officials who hire bloggers to shill for them to disclose their relationships in order to improve transparency and increase public trust?
well, you're never going to be able to require anything. I mean, you got First Amendment. You know, you're not going to be able to. I mean, I suppose if they structure themselves as a business or something, there's something in the licensing or whatever that, and there are usually ways to find out who somebody is because of that. You know, somebody's got a certain account, you've got a certain IP address, all that kind of thing. But if you're smarter than I am about technology, you probably know how to track all that down. I find it endlessly frustrating. The people I know, you know, I don't know all their relationships and business arrangements and all that kind of thing. And I'm very, very impatient with, you know, I will start seeing someone referring to some blog that I hadn't heard of that's out there right here in Columbia. And I'll go and look at it and I'll waste 10 minutes of my life trying to click around to About Us or something to find out who in the world they are and where they're coming from. You know, and I don't find out and I just put it behind me. I don't think about that person anymore unless something comes up to bring them to my attention. Because, and what's the point? If I don't know who this is and what they've done in the past, what they've said in the past, and what's the context of what they're saying, I'm not going to get much out of it. You know, there's too little time in my day to spend on just random stuff that isn't rooted in anything. I had that experience this week, and it's hard to keep up with. It really is. There's this thing, I can't think of the name of it. It just came to my attention for the first time a couple days ago. I had noticed there's this thing called PNN, Political Net News, that kind of aggregates stuff from newspapers and news media and blogs in South Carolina every day. And I had this big notion that Wesley Donahue was involved with it. And he was something. And I noticed that I wasn't getting quoted on there much. And I didn't think much about it. I mean, they weren't linking to me very much. I'll look at it every day. Whenever I did, I saw, well, I might get cited once, but a lot of times not at all. And I started seeing these other things I'd never heard of, just being, well, bang, 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 4 or 5 links to some blog I never heard of. And I called up one of them and went to read it, and I saw it was some kind of Tea Party style right-wing thing that, you know, its view of the world is that Lindsey Graham's a flamethrower, you know, that kind of stuff. And no sign anywhere of who this was. No pride of authorship whatsoever. And because I'd seen something about it on that P&M thing, I sent an email to Wesley saying, who is this? And I can't even remember what his answer was. Whatever it was, it didn't make much of an impression, so it wasn't anybody really familiar. And he said, oh, by the way, I don't have anything to do with P&M. I said, oh, okay. He says, yeah, I did that when I was in partnership with Terry and Warren. Okay, thank you. Kelly probably knows all this, but, and I'm like, okay, Terry and Warren who? He said, Terry Sullivan and Warren Tompkins. I said, okay, I know that Terry and Warren. Warren Tompkins I know from all the way back when he was Governor Campbell's chief of staff, in the late 80s, but, okay, I know who those are. I didn't know you were in partnership with them. I didn't know that had anything to do with P&N. I don't know a lot of that stuff. I tend to just kind of do what I'm doing and put out the ideas that I'm putting out and keep up with the news. And I was that way in newspapers too. I couldn't tell you who the editors were of the Charleston paper or the Greenville paper, with one or two exceptions. I just was not that into the business of it, and the inside politics of it. I was interested in the outside politics and the issues. So, but if you ask me, everybody ought to say, everybody's blog ought to be redmorgan.com, justsmith.com, whatever. It ought to be, this is what I think. I don't get into, I don't know if any of y'all do or other people do, I just can't get into these blogs that have multiple authors, and you have to look at the bottom to see who is. To me, a blog is like a stream of consciousness of an individual. If it's got any life to it. I will occasionally put up, hey, here's something so-and-so wrote, but it starts out with my voice saying, here's something so-and-so sent to me. I don't know, a blog feels like, if you're gonna have a publication online, there's multiple voices, it feels like it ought to be something else, not in that format. And there's been a lot of experimentation with things that veer pretty wildly from the blog format in terms of trying to present news, information, and commentary. And there will continue to be, because the holy grail in journalism going forward is to figure out how to hook up. I don't know if y'all talk about things about like supply and demand here, but to hook up that huge demand that there is, that's stronger than ever for news and public affairs reporting, with a business model to pay for it. And everybody's still trying to figure that out. Nobody has.